Everyone knows this. The pointy end goes into the other man. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Scotty Karate video. Today we're going to be going over how to open and close your sai. Do you even know what that means? Well, we'll be going over that in today's episode of. So, you're just starting out, you want to know how to do some basics with sais. How do you open and close them? Well, if you don't know, it's very simple, but let me break it down for you. Let me use my pair up here. So we have two positions. One is going to be open, and that's like this. Other is closed, like this. So what are you looking at here? So when you're in the open position, you're going to have your thumb up here on the center after you have a good grip on it. So you'll have a good grip. You'll put your thumb there in the center, and that is the open grip. So the thumb is here. So when you strike with it and you come down, you have that thumb behind it and you press down on it. Now, it is very common for people, especially when they begin, to do something like this. And they wrap that finger around one of the spokes here, or the prongs. That's a problem, because if you ever use this in any way to actually stop a bow, anything, that's coming right down on that finger. And bone pressed up against metal with another thing hitting it, ooh man, would that hurt. So you definitely don't want to do that. So you want to make sure your fingers and digits are all out of the way and you're not inside the prongs here at all. That's open. Now closed. For closed, take your hand, put it open. You're going to put the hook here of this prong in the webbing of your fingers. So in between the webbing of your hand and your thumb, and you can leave it there. Now it's hooked on, right? So with that, now all you're going to do is take these three fingers, your pinky, ring finger, and middle finger, and you're going to wrap them. Wrap your thumb across, and then put your finger down the handle. So that is the proper stance of holding it closed. So with that, you'll have this. This will now go up your arm. That's how you know you've gotten a good position here, is when you hold it horizontal, it will go across your arm. So if something strikes, it's hitting that. So that's basically it. Now, so you now know the two stances, or two grips, as it were, closed and open. But how do you get between the two? How do you go from open to close? So here's how you do it. If you're sitting in an open stance, right, all you have to do is put your thumb out, release your grip a little bit, let it fall into that prong, and you're in the position we started with when we started going over how to do it. And then you just grip it, just like we talked about. So again, you're going to pull the thumb up to leave pressure off that center. You're going to let go of your fingers, and now you're going to kind of put your your wrist back a little bit. And as it does it, the sai is going to fall. And you're just going to allow it to fall into the webbing of your thumb and first finger. Wrap, grip, put your finger on the handle for support. That's all you have to do to go from a open grip to a closed grip. So you'll get to where you can do it pretty fast, right? So this takes practice. Nobody starts off this fast. Now, when you start doing this, you'll notice that you'll mess up. You'll lose control, especially if you're going with the snap back and you're not just trying to let it fall, but if you're trying to snap it to make it go faster. It's very easy to let your digits get in the way and get caught on the prongs or whatever. So you always got to make sure when you let off the thumb here, don't go way out, because then you're going to hit the prong or mess it up. It's going to twist or whatever. You just want to let it off just enough. So if you notice, I'm just coming off quarter inch, and then letting it fall in. So it takes a lot of practice. Once you get it, it's second nature now. Now, in my opinion, the hard one. How do you go from closed to open? Well, there's a couple of ways of doing that. First thing is, let go. You still have it hooked on the webbing here on your thumb and first finger. So you let go, and then you wrap your hand over, grab, now you're up. Then readjust with your thumb there. So that's all you're doing when you flip it back up. So in slower, closer a bit so you can see it, you're letting go, reaching your wrist over, grabbing, and flipping up. Now you're in the closed position. So this one's a little bit harder because it requires momentum. You can't just let go and fall into it like going from open to close. So you have to have something whip it up. So how you do that? If you're here, you can lift your elbow up, grab, and up. And there are times when you would do this. So if you're kind of behind your back, if you put your elbow up and then you strike down, if you switch behind your back like I did, here, elbow up, I've already grabbed it, now I come down. If you do it like that, there is some benefit to it. But if it's just going to be you putting your elbow up just to grab it and then up, there's a better way. From here, you're going to flip it up. So yet again, using momentum. So you're going to kind of swing it. So all I'm doing is letting go. And as I let go, I'm kind of popping my wrist and letting it pop up. And you notice my elbow stays very close to my body. It doesn't flop around a lot. I'm not doing this weird chicken wing thing. If I want to, I can. But if I don't want to, I don't have to. So that's the importance of that. It's a very simple technique, and you'll be using it all day, every day once you start using your Sai. If you haven't learned this, learn it. Just play with it. Do it a few minutes a day. You don't have to do this for hours. Just sit there, okay, hi mom, hi dad, how's it going, blah, 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 blah. Work on your Sai grip. 1, so you can get the flip right, but 2, so when you get it, you grip it in the correct position. Because if you don't grip it in the correct position and you're gripping it in weird different ways or dangerous ways for your own safety, you need to stop it. You need to break that habit because it's very common, especially since you have cartoons like Ninja Turtles and things like that use Sai, and they'll have their practitioners do weird stuff like this, or they'll put one on each side and grip it, and I just don't, there's no historical reason to do that. The only time I've ever seen anyone do that, put a finger in here or whatever, is to do a trick where they're spinning it or flipping it or whatever. You don't need it. It's actually very dangerous, especially when you get used to the muscle memory of it. You definitely don't want anything in these prongs because otherwise they might get smashed. Everything below it at all times. So that's it. Just a short little video. I wanted to go over some basic Sai, how to flip open and closed, and what the difference is between the grips. Have you ever used this? Are you using Sais yet? Is this something that is so trivial you can't even believe I'm talking about it? Or is it something that you had never seen explained? I'd like to know in the comments below. And as always, if you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell in the corner so you know when my videos are posted each week. And as always, the more you train, easier the fight.